What was your reaction upon hearing that Kevin Garnett lost $77 million to a financial advisor who stole the money while his CPA accountant watched? My reaction was, wow, you know what? I wish he really knew more about investing, about checks and balances, about second opinions. Then he would have that $77 million and probably more. The mistake that a lot of people make is that we're too trusting with our tax person. We're far less wealthy than Kevin Garnett is or was, whatever you want to say, but we can learn to get a second opinion, get a second opinion, get a second opinion. You've been trusting the same tax preparer who can get you in big trouble with the IRS if they don't know what they're doing. You've been trusting the same financial people. You don't have to go with the person who was referred to you and then just trust them from there. Of course, you want to go with the person who was referred to you, but do some due diligence, meaning hire a second person, second CPA, such as myself, to or somebody else who's licensed and registered with the government. So if we did anything, you could destroy our career. They could easily track us down. They have a lot of information. Even my fingerprints, I had to submit for the IRS tax prep, the level that I'm at. People, we have to trust the right professionals and then get another professional to double check them. I've seen multiple clients come back to me. I'm a CPA, and they talk about another tax preparer, usually not a CPA, who put some bad entries, errors in their tax return, and now they got a letter from the IRS. If someone's saying they can get a bigger refund than most people and all that stuff, you got to be very wary of them. Take it with a big grain of salt, right? Um, a lot of people in our black community, we don't know where to turn for financial advice. Just look for someone who has real credentials, but don't just trust that one person. Let that person know, hey, we're getting to know each other. I also will have another professional audit this work, just so you know, and follow through with that audit. That just means that another person will double check it. If you got a diagnosis from a doctor that you were doubting, you would get a second opinion. Same thing with your finances. But the only difference is, main difference is a lot of times people don't know whether their finances are being watched over properly or not. And for the average American, that's their most critical financial just asset is how they are filing their taxes. I mean, yes, you have retirement accounts, but those are protected in the big name funds such as Fidelity, so on and so forth. Um, as long as you don't have a third party, another person moving the money for you, um, your Fidelity account, your Vanguard account, so on and so forth for your retirement plan, they're going to move up and down however those investments move up and down. But it's still good to have someone who is knowledgeable. Make sure you're in suitable investments. But where the average Joe, from the person who works in a McDonald's drive-through, bless their heart, all the way up to the Donald Trumps of the world, can get hurt with thousands of dollars is their taxes, right? The CPA. The CPA's tax preparer has the power to have you in trouble with the IRS to the tune of $10,000 or more, and or also has a tool to help you strategically and legally avoid paying thousands extra in taxes. So that's the biggest variable that can possibly be messed up for most people. All this is say, go with the CPA like myself and keep them honest with another CPA. Or if you don't really know and understand what they're doing with your money, if you understand and can see the proof in your bank statements from directly from the financial institutions, the Chase, Bank of America, PNC, so on and so forth, then of course you don't necessarily need a second professional. If your first professional is so good they can break down the investments to you and show you real bank statements, hard money in your account, that hey, you gave us a couple thousand and then this account in your name, if you go up to the financial institution and say, hey, I need to withdraw a couple thousand, they can give it to you because it's really there. If you have that level of confidence, then of course you don't need to get a second opinion. But most times it doesn't hurt. There will be a small fee for the second opinion. One more thing, a lot of people get hurt by the Bernie Madoffs of the world. That's the type of financial advisor who actually took the money. Kevin Garnett's CPA just did not audit and check the records properly. So that's why the CPA is in trouble. The wealth manager is already in jail because the wealth manager screwed over Tim Duncan. But you can keep them in check too. Look at investments that are liquid, that you can pull the money out. And sometimes you just have to pull the money out just so you can see that it's real. You understand? If you invested $50,000 in some account or something, and they tell you it's liquid in a year, tell them, hey, something came up, I need to withdraw that. If they're BSing, then you gotta dig deeper. Sometimes the investments are not liquid, so that way you should know that up front. There's a lot of real estate funds. One big one in the black community is a Tulsa real estate fund where he tells you could only withdraw 5% a year. That's too illiquid for most people. If you put in 1,000, you could only withdraw $50 a year. So that's like, that I don't know about that, but that's for the individual person. Get a second opinion, especially if you do not understand and cannot prove that your money is right there for you to take out when you need it. I hope Kevin Garnett works out his issue and gets all his money back. But there's a lesson in these things, and hopefully you got the lesson. My name's EB, founder of SWM Planning. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you.